Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley seeing pulmonary specialist for serious condition. Since their presidential pardon, Todd and Chrisley of Chrisley Knows Best fame have been sharing quite a few stories with fans. Recently, Julie shared a serious health update with fans. During the conversation, her husband Todd also shared that she was going to see a specialist. Chrisley recently opened up about her health during an episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0. Todd and Chrisley were introduced to fans through the USA Network series, Chrisley Knows Best. However, in 2022, the two were convicted of a variety of charges, including bank fraud and tax evasion. The couple was originally sentenced to spend a combined sentence of 19 years behind bars. However, the two were released back in May thanks to a presidential pardon from President Donald Trump. Recently, the two have been sharing updates with fans about their lives, complete with the return of their podcast series, Chrisley Confessions 2.0. During the July 30th episode, Julie shared a shocking health update with fans. Julie claimed that she developed problems with her lungs due to prison conditions during her stay in prison, which lasted around 28 months. Todd started off the discussion by sharing the story of an inmate who suffered a lung health issue after being made to clean asbestos and black mold. According to Todd, this was done without a respirator. Julie shared she believed this story, noting, "I'm sure because, listen, I had a lung condition from being in prison. Not from doing those things, but because of asbestos." For his part, Todd added, "Because of the black mold that you were around." The Federal Bureau of Prisons has also issued a statement. During their time behind bars, Todd and Julie were in different states. Julie originally reported to the Federal Medical Center, Lexington, which is in Kentucky. Todd, on the other hand, reported to the federal prison camp, Pensacola, which is in Florida. Julie noted that she was currently dealing with respiratory issues, saying she was having issues catching her breath. Todd noted, "That's something that we're having to address right now. This week, you have a doctor's appointment with a pulmonary specialist that's gonna do some tests on you." According to People, the Federal Bureau of Prisons did not want to comment on the conditions of confinement for previously or currently incarcerated individuals. However, they released the following statement to the publication. "It is the mission of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, BOP, to operate facilities that are safe, secure, and humane. We take seriously our duty to protect the individuals entrusted in our custody, as well as maintaining the safety of our employees and the community. Humane treatment of the men and women in our custody is a top priority." Chrisley, the matriarch of the once high-flying reality TV family from Chrisley Knows Best, is facing a daunting new chapter behind bars, this time not because of her sentence, but due to a deeply worrying health crisis that has left her loved ones rattled and fans concerned. Recent reports confirm that Julie has been referred to a pulmonary specialist after signs of a potentially serious respiratory condition emerged, and the implications could be far more severe than initially believed. From the outside, it might seem like Julie has been keeping a low profile during her time at the Kentucky Federal Prison, where she is serving a reduced sentence. But behind those walls, a silent medical scare has been escalating. Sources close to the Chrisley family have revealed that Julie began complaining of persistent fatigue, breathlessness during minimal activity, and an unrelenting dry cough. At first, officials allegedly brushed off her symptoms as seasonal allergies or a common cold until the symptoms worsened. It wasn't until she reportedly experienced a frightening episode of labored breathing and chest tightness that the prison medical team took decisive action. Julie was sent to an off-site medical facility for further evaluation, where a preliminary scan raised red flags about a possible pulmonary condition. Her legal team pushed hard for a referral to a pulmonary specialist, and it appears that they were successful. According to insiders, Julie has now begun a series of evaluations with a pulmonologist who specializes in chronic lung diseases. What remains unclear is the exact nature of the condition, though whispers suggest it could be early signs of pulmonary fibrosis or even an autoimmune. Possibilities remain unconfirmed. The mere speculation is enough to stir fear, not just among her loyal fan base, but also within her close-knit family. Savannah Chrisley, her daughter and now the guardian of Julie's younger children, has reportedly been pushing for increased transparency and urgent medical care. Savannah's concern is not just about a mother's well-being, but about what it would mean for the entire family if Julie's health continues to decline in such a restrictive environment. In a recent podcast episode, Savannah grew emotional when the topic of her mom's health came up, stating, "They can take away her freedom, but they cannot take away her right to proper medical care. I just want her to be okay. We all need her." Fans flooded social media with messages of support, using the hashtag #JusticeForJuly to call for better prison healthcare and more humane treatment of inmates with serious medical needs. Todd Chrisley, currently incarcerated in Florida, has reportedly been informed of his wife's medical struggles. While separated by hundreds of miles and barred from in-person communication, insiders say Todd is inconsolable over the idea that Julie might be suffering alone. He has allegedly filed multiple internal grievances through his prison channels, hoping to exert pressure for expedited and specialized care. Even Todd's attorney recently released a statement emphasizing Julie Chrisley deserves thorough medical attention and a full battery of tests. Any delays could prove life-altering or even life-threatening. The situation has reignited larger conversations about inmate healthcare in the United States, especially for those with pre-existing conditions. Julie had previously battled breast cancer and underwent a mastectomy, making her immune system potentially more vulnerable. Family insiders claim she was already dealing with long-term fatigue and had expressed fears about her health declining rapidly while behind bars. What complicates matters even further is the intense emotional toll the prison sentence has taken on Julie. She's always been the calm, nurturing presence in the Chrisley clan, a counterbalance to Todd's larger-than-life personality. Now, isolated from her husband and her children, that strength is being tested like never before. And while she remains steadfast in her faith, something she's long credited for getting her through tough times, there's no denying the physical toll this ordeal is taking. Sources say that Julie has lost a noticeable amount of weight and appears frailer than when she entered prison last year. As fans and followers continue to voice their support online, the Chrisley family is bracing for what could be a long and uncertain road ahead. If Julie's condition turns out to be chronic or degenerative, there may be legal grounds for compassionate release, though that is notoriously difficult to obtain. Still, Savannah has vowed to fight tooth and nail for her mother. "If my mom needs to come home to live, to breathe, to survive, then that's exactly what we'll fight for," she stated passionately in a recent interview. At the heart of this story is not just a celebrity figure or a television personality. It's a woman, one who has spent decades raising a family, surviving cancer, supporting a husband through bankruptcy and scandal, and now enduring incarceration while her health crumbles. Julie's fans remember her as the composed anchor of Chrisley Knows Best, the one who cooked family dinners, kept peace among the chaos, and always showed grace under pressure. Seeing her in a hospital gown, hooked up to machines, or struggling to walk even a few steps without breathlessness is a stark and painful image for many who've watched her journey. As of now, the family has not confirmed a diagnosis. The pulmonary specialist is still running a range of tests, including a bronchoscopy and CT scans, to determine the root of Julie's respiratory issues. The next few weeks will be crucial, not just in identifying her condition, but in determining what kind of care she will receive moving forward. One thing is clear, this is no minor scare. Julie Chrisley is facing a genuine health battle that could alter the course of her prison term and perhaps her life.